People everywhere are starting to listen to him. He's going on French, British, Italian, Japanese television.
This is the Wide World of Weingarten.
Welcome, Wide World of Weingarten. It is June 29th. We're zipping through the end of the first half of the baseball season here, coming up on the All-Star break in a couple weeks. Going to go through the futures market as we end the month of June. Got to talk about the Astros for a bit first, though. They played pretty well on their 7-game trip to New York. No hitter thrown in the middle of those 7 games. The Astros starters over the 7 starts versus the Mets and Yankees, they went 5-0 through 46 innings, gave up 9 earned runs. That's a 1.76 ERA. 41 strikeouts, 41 innings, not bad. 23 hits, 12 walks, so under 1 whip, and 4 home runs given up. That is a very good body of work for a starting rotation. The Astros can very much hang with any team in baseball with starting pitching like that. Yordan Alvarez, as we end the month of June, 22 games he's played over the course of the month. He's batting .434, slugging it's a 522 OBP and a 868 slugging, 33 hits, 4 doubles, 1 triple, 9 home runs, 28 RBIs, 1.390 OPS. So pretty good numbers. Would not surprise me to see him the AL Player of the Month for the month of June. His OPS currently ranks as the 13th best in the month of June since 1901. I've said before, I think he's probably the best hitter, all-around hitter in the American League. No disrespect to Aaron Judge, who's probably right now the flashiest player, the most popular player, the favorite for MVP. And I don't say all this stuff to say that I don't like Aaron Judge or that I'm trying to expose some holes in his game. He doesn't have very many holes in his game. I mean, the only thing I'd maybe criticize is his strikeout rate, but Mike Trout, Yordan Alvarez, those guys strike out a decent amount too, so can't really nitpick at his statistics, obviously. 28 home runs outshines everything right now, but I don't think he should be minus 110 as a favorite over the rest of the field, especially not when Yordan Alvarez is putting up the 13th best June since 1901 or whatever, however you want to quantify it. He's putting up monster numbers. He's on a team that's playing almost as well as the Yankees. And really all it's going to take is a bad week or a bad 2 weeks from the Yankees and could shake up the whole AL MVP picture. And I'm not saying this just about Ohtani either. I'm focusing on the slightly bigger picture where there's 3 or 4 different contenders. Jose Ramirez, Yordan Alvarez, Rafael Devers, etc. But yeah, keep an eye on Yordan Alvarez. He's doing some big things. And I said the only take a week or two of bad results for the Yankees to kind of knock some things back in place. But I don't think you could necessarily rely on the Yankees playing poorly at this point. They're just killing people. They could win 110, 120 games if they want. So it's going to create some interesting conversations down the stretch about how much you value team success potentially versus what some of these other players are doing. But we'll talk about that more later in the week. NL MVP, Paul Goldschmidt, I think, is a even money favorite at the Westgate now. Pete Alonso right behind him at 2-1. Mookie Betts was shooting up the charts. He got hurt. He's coming back soon. But I'm not sure he's going to reclaim his leadoff spot in the Dodgers lineup. Trey Turner, since taking over the leadoff spot, has a 1.063 OPS, a 4.452 WOBA, and a 196 WRC plus. Pretty solid numbers. I think maybe he has earned the right to stay in the leadoff spot, and he's probably deserves a look at MVP. He's currently 12-1 at Westgate. I see Will Hill already went ahead and flipped Turner 10-1 and moved Betts to 12-1. So some proactive bookmaking there. I like to see it. Does look like some of the higher prices have have gone away. Unfortunately, I don't have the odds screen I was using. Odds Boom is gone, so I can't compare the futures prices across books as easily. I am going to go shop for some Trey Turner later today, potentially, though. I think he's playing like a guy I'd like to add to my NL MVP portfolio. And I'll go into this more probably Thursday or Friday. I'll do a bigger future show with the end of June numbers. I'll write something for VSiN. But it looks like Turner's making a move here late in the first half of the season. He's in a similar situation to Aaron Judge too, with free agency coming up. He's playing for a huge contract, probably fairly motivated to continue to perform. The AL Cy Young race, just wanted to point out Robbie Ray has been crushing it all of a sudden. He has a .67 ERA with 27 strikeouts over his last 27 innings over 4 starts. He's drifted out to 100-1 at Westgate last year. 100-1 was the highest price he got around this point last season before he won. I'm not saying history is going to repeat itself. I'm just pointing out that his last 4 starts have been pretty good, and it would not surprise me to see him. It wouldn't be surprising me to see that 100-1 become 50-1, become 30-1. But is he gonna jump in the race? I'm not sure. Not very sure at all. AL Rookie of the Year. Just want to point out Spencer Torkelson has a .9 wins below replacement. So sometimes really hyped rookies don't do well. They don't come out and perform. That won't be that way forever with Torkelson. He's a very good player, but he is leading all rookies, or he's in last place according to FWAR. He has the lowest FWAR of all rookies. Shane Baz back with the Rays. He's made 3 starts. His last 3 starts at Baltimore after first start little shaky. His last 3 at Baltimore, Yankees and Milwaukee. He's thrown 16 innings, given up 9 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 home run, 4 walks, and 19 strikeouts. That's pretty good. He's kind of in a situation where in the Rookie of the Year race, he's in the race because he's probably the best performing pitcher overall in the American League over the course of the season. I think he's better than Joe Ryan. But I don't think he's going to get enough innings to contend with the Julio Rodriguez's and Bobby Witt's. And there's just so many guys in the American League doing big things this year. It's a pretty interesting race. Bobby Witt, he's on pace for 25 home runs, 25 stolen bases. Last rookie to reach those numbers was Mike Trout in 2012. Although Trout was 2 years younger, hit 30 home runs. He also stole 49 stolen bases. So Bobby Witt, Mike Trout comparisons are a little inaccurate, but 25-25 is a pretty nice benchmark for a rookie. Puts him in contention for Rookie of the Year. Julio Rodriguez, he's on pace for 24 home runs, 42 stolen bases. I think if he keeps up the pace he's playing at, it will be Julio Rodriguez winning. But he's getting competition from Jeremy Pena, Bobby Witt, even Shane Baz. And Adley Rutschman's numbers, he's been one of the better players in baseball over the last 2 weeks. I think the amount of time they kept him down for at the beginning of the year is going to hurt him when you compare his overall numbers to, Bobby Witt, Julio Rodriguez, Jeremy Pena. But Rutschman is a legitimate future star. Other thing I wanted to go over real quick, I screwed around with the same game Parlay Engines at DraftKings and FanDuel today. I have not spent a lot of time on these. I don't necessarily recommend them, but I did want to tell you what I found, just so going forward when I talk about it, I could tell you, what I'm seeing day to day with these things. And like I said, I see people post big tickets on Twitter, but I don't really follow these that much. I wanted to screw around with an Ohtani correlated parlay, so I did Ohtani home run, yes home run at plus 360, Ohtani strikeout over 7 minus 105, and first inning yes score even money. At DraftKings that bet pays 10-1. At FanDuel I did Ohtani hits a home run plus 280, parlayed with over 6.5 strikeouts plus 108, and a first inning yes score at plus 102. That pays 11-1. So if you are going to make these same game parlays or single game parlays. At least, make sure you're putting the numbers into at least 2 sites so you could see what they're paying. Had I taken the first one, I would have, taken a whole dollar less on my odds, basically. At worst numbers, too, which is weird because I thought the the home run being at 360 would be the multiplier that made this bet higher. But at FanDuel with a lower home run number, 280, I wouldn't necessarily consider playable. But with the strikeout plus money and the first inning plus money, I was able to get 11 to 1 opposed 10 to 1. So always make sure you're shopping around and at least taking advantage of the best odds if you're gonna take these bets. And I'm not necessarily recommending this bet. I'm just telling you what I found today. The first inning yes score, if you can get plus 102, I would play that. If you can get it higher, I think you might be able to see plus 105 before tonight. I would definitely play Angels, White Sox first inning. The game yesterday had the 2 highest exit velocities of the day in MLB, so I thought that was interesting. And I'm going to take a quick break real quick, and I'll be back. I'll have some picks for today, and yeah, that's probably the end of the show. After that, I'll just go through the picks for today. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be back. Welcome back. The second half, the very short second half of the Wide World of Weingarten today. Got picks for Thursday. Playing the Braves. Played the Braves yesterday. Came through. Going to ride that back. Run it back today. Plus 133 is the market price right now. Wouldn't play much higher than that, but it's still good at 133. Baltimore O's plus 122. That's another play. I've been playing Baltimore a lot lately. They've been playing a lot better. I was talking to Gil about it today on the radio. Finally, after several years of incompetence, they are back to average, and they are improving. You can see noticeable improvement in this team year over year, and that's good. It's good for baseball to see teams trying. And they clinched their first winning month of the season since, I think, 2017 or 2019 or something really embarrassing. And so congratulations to them for being average and celebrating their averageness. The Cubs, I bet the Cubs minus 131. I've been betting against the Reds a lot lately. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes they come out and compete, and I wish they wouldn't. But I think the Reds are going to continue to get worse as the season goes on because, Luis Castillo is likely going to get traded. Some of their better veterans are likely to get traded. Tommy Pham. I don't know if anybody actually wants him on a playoff team, but he'll be available. It's going to lead to more losses. I don't see how they're going to get to 66, 65 wins. It's going to be close. Lower 60s, 60, 61, 62 more likely. But I'm playing a game of chicken with the win total under. I keep adding it when it goes up at Will Hill. So got a battle going on there with them. Marlins, I bet Marlins minus 118. It's Sandy Alcantara day against the team that drafted him. Anything past 118 is going to be out of range. I was able to get this closer to even money overnight. Don't go crazy on this. And then I made a small bet on the White Sox. White Sox plus 167. I very much hope that loses. But the way the Angels have been playing, giving me 167 on a talented lineup with a good pitcher. As I said this on the radio today as well. Gil had Las Vegas Chris on recently, and he's talking about the need to separate your futures portfolio from your day-to-day betting, and I definitely agree with that. But there are situations where, this game in particular, this game as an example, I'm very high on Ohtani, but I'm happy to take plus 167 against him. If I lose, I'm going to cash plus 167 today. I still hold all the futures for till November, till they vote the end of the regular season. Still a lot of time left, and sometimes it's easier to front load and cash something on the front end. And I'm still obviously very high on Ohtani, but give me plus 167. I'm happy to take White Sox, and root against it. I also bet over 7.5 runs in the Angels White Sox game. The two highest exit velocities in MLB yesterday were the Angels White Sox game. Expect similar home runs, a lot of scoring today in that game. And I bet the Angels White Sox first inning yes score. I bet plus 102. Hoping it goes a little higher as we get closer to game time. Maybe get a plus 105 or something there. But that's the only first inning I got today. I was hoping I'd have some more. I have the Astros first inning, but there's no way this is going to be posted before the Astros game starts in about an hour and 15 minutes. So I just tweeted that out. But yeah, that's all I got today. The Braves, O's, Cubs, Marlins, White Sox over 7.5, and Angels White Sox first inning. Yes, that's surprisingly a lot for what I thought was not a big card. So thanks for listening. I'll be back probably tomorrow. I think we'll go through the futures and look at the 30-day numbers, the June numbers, and gonna write something about it. So we'll go through everything, see where everyone is. Thank you for listening. Be back tomorrow. Go Ohtani.